here are 5 more tips how you can improve your training. So come with me. Last week I talked to you about how you structure your training and how often you should train in a week. And today I give you 5 more tips how you can get the most out of these training sessions. So today I give you 5 more tips how to get the most out of these training sessions. But first, hey, I'm Kai, I'm a professional juggler. Welcome to my YouTube channel. You find here everything about the flow arts with poi, clubs or juggling with rings and balls. So if you haven't already, consider to subscribe to the channel or ring the thumbs up button and the bell. So you know what I mean. That I know that you appreciate my work. It would be an awesome Christmas gift if I reached the 500 subscribers this year. And now start with the content. Tip number 1. Try to set smart goals in your training sessions or in your training in general. Maybe you have already heard about this concept. Basically, it means you should make a SMART goal, and every letter stands for a special part of it. The first S is for start. You have to check where are you, what are your skills, and where you want to go. So basically, what is your goal you try to achieve? The N stands for measurement. You should make the goal measurable. For example, like I want to reach 100 catches with 5 balls. If you set the goal, I want to be better at 5 balls, you can't measure it, you never achieve it. So try to make it measurable. The A stands for attractive. The goal should be attractive to you, like you really want to achieve this goal. You are happy when you've done it, so try to make this goal attractive to you. Then the R stands for realistic. So check if the goal you've set yourself is really realistic. So for example, a realistic goal wouldn't to say in 2 weeks I can juggle 9 balls. That's basically impossible for me in this time to learn. So check that your goal is realistic. And the last T is for timing. You should set you a time schedule from the start with your skills you're right now able, and then checking about half of the time where I am I on the right direction, am I getting better, and then a specific time when this whole project ends and you can check if you have reached your goal. So set smart goals. Tip number 2 I have from Vova Galchenko. I heard of it in an interview from him, and after I've got used to it, I really liked it and understand why it's so important. And it's basically, don't catch dirty patterns. So that's the kind from juggling orientated, you can but also apply it to the flow arts. And what it means is that when you are trying to learn a new skill or new trick, don't have the really bad habit to try as hard as possible to finish the trick. So for example, when I want to flash 7 balls and I have to catch the balls all over the place, that's the bad habit. Because I train myself, I train my brain into this bad habit to throw it everywhere. And when I always flash the 7 balls and catch it in a really ugly and really bad way, I train my brain to it. But instead, I should train to flash the 7 balls. When I can catch them clean and easily, I absolutely should do it. And if I notice, okay, the pattern is all over the place, really ugly, really unclean, just let everything drop down, don't catch it, and start again. At the beginning you think, okay, wow, then I have to train longer to get to a certain goal, and it's not that efficient. But when you stick to this habit, you really fast notice that you maybe need a little bit longer to achieve your goal, but your goal is much longer lasting and you can repeat more in this example, 7 ball flashes in a much cleaner pattern. So tip number 2 is, don't have the bad habit to finish your trick in bad ways, I would say. Tip number 3 is to get into daily practice routines. I have made a video about it 2 weeks ago. You find it here in this corner, and I can't stress enough how important daily routines are and daily training routines. They can boost your skills really, really efficient. And if you like this new format of talking just with you about training structure or something all around the flow arts, it would be awesome if you tip something down in the comments below that I know you like this new concept, or click the thumbs up button that I know that you appreciate my work. And now let's go to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is all about how to structure your training. And in tip number 1, I told you about the SMART goal. And tip number 4 is basically the next step. So I highly recommend to really write down a training routine, what you want to do in every training session, and stick to it. Because otherwise you just go to playing around and try all different directions of tricks and movements, and it can lead to a little bit of a mess and not to be really concentrated on a specific goal or a couple of goals. For example, a really long time, my 3-club trainings routine was basically a 3-club warm-up with simple flats, singles, doubles, triples in all combinations. And then I've just trained my already basic 4-club skills, so like 4-club synchron, not synchron, in a shower, in the half shower, and I worked on my overthrows in the half shower. And then I've got into 5 clubs with multiplexes, 5-club cascade endurance, and some 5 clubs with triples. So, and that's a routine I have stick to really, really long. And for me, it's really useful to have a written down training schedule where I really can check out every boxes what I have done and what I have still to do. The last tip, tip number 5, will be 2 steps in the front and 1 step back. And basically what I mean with it, and also I ruined my lighting with it, is that you can push your limits, or you can go a little bit above your limits, try to train it there, and then go a step back. I have made really good experience in my basic juggling classes where the people have tried to learn 3 balls and all of this kind of basic juggling skills. It's good to go a little bit out of your comfort zone and train really hard for your personal skill level, really hard things, and then go back to the easy ones, because you can get better at these easy ones even if you reach the goal on your hard trainings. For example, I personally train 6 clubs sometimes, but to be honest, it's not a realistic goal for me to say I want to perform 6 clubs on stage. But for me, it's always like, okay, I'm going to my limit and train like 5 minutes 6 clubs, and then going back to the 5. And miraculously, 5 clubs are super easy now and I have good runs. So maybe consider to go 2 steps forward and 1 step back. These has been my 5 training tips. I hope you enjoyed this video and this kind of content. And if you haven't, please make me a huge Christmas present and hit the subscribe button. It would be awesome if I reached the 500 subscribers this year. And here you find the video about the daily practice routine or how to get into this really good habit of daily practice routines I've mentioned earlier. See you next week. Bye.